Hello and welcome to CPAC 2020. I'm your host, Amelia Kane, and I have the honor of interviewing Ramona Cotca, one of our senior lawyers here at Judicial Watch. Ramona, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Now, you have been tirelessly working on the Clinton email scandal, and Judicial Watch was in federal court recently. Can you tell us about this?
Sure. So we were in federal court in December of last year, 2019. It was before Judge Lambert, our case, and he's granted us discovery. And in the process of that discovery, we've uncovered additional new information that has raised more questions than answers. And so we asked from the court for additional limited discovery, and that's what we were in court for. So it's still going on, and it's a 6-year-old case.
Yes. And Judge Lambert actually said that he wants you guys to shake this tree. What does he mean by that?
Yeah, well, that was specific to discovery with respect to Paul Gambetta, who was the IT specialist from the Platte River Networks, who handled Secretary Clinton's server after she left the State Department. And there was news reports and actually information that was released by Senator Grassley or Senator Graham. One of them. One of the two. Grassley, yes. Thank you. About a new email account that may have backed up all of Secretary Clinton's emails. So it just goes to show there was, again, new information. Again, the State Department hadn't provided it to the court. We didn't know anything about it at that point with respect to whether email had been backed up. And Judge Lambert was very interested in that and told us to shake that tree, and so we did. So that was actually part of the request that we made in December, and that was to subpoena Google because it was a Gmail account, and as well as to take the deposition of Mr. Gambetta.
Mm-hmm. Now, I'm sure our viewers back home want to know, are we getting any closer to having Clinton receive justice, or to have us receive justice on her part?
Well, that's a very broad question. So our case is limited to the Freedom of Information Act. Judicial Watch, we can't prosecute Secretary Clinton. But what we are asking in the discovery is to take Secretary Clinton's deposition. And that is the way that we would like, for her to answer to her conduct and her decisions when she was the Secretary of State with respect to her records and with respect to what happened to her federal records after she left the State Department. So part of the accountability process, she hasn't yet sat down under oath to answer all of these questions, and that's one of the items that's pending before Judge Lambert.
Okay, and my last question to you is this: where does Judicial Watch go from here?
Well, right now we are waiting for Judge Lambert to rule on our discovery request. We are hopeful that hopefully we will get permission to proceed, and we get closer to having more information. And the other thing we are seeking as well is for the State Department to actually reconstruct Secretary Clinton's email records from during her tenure at the State Department. I think that's important now. It's important 40 years from now for historians, or just for preservation of our federal records.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, Ramona.
Sure thing. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for tuning in into CPAC 2020 with Judicial Watch.